Yo, what's good, y'all? So Kendrick Lamar just dominated the Grammys, pure dominance. He came in, he ranked up about 5 Grammys. I believe, he was the most. He won the most um Grammys of the night. I believe so. If I'm wrong, let me know. But he bagged a big one as well with Record of the Year, with for Luther with SZA, and he got Rap Album of the Year. Like, I knew he was gonna win. People was trying to downplay GNX as if GNX was not that. Um, and he proved them wrong. He got that, and he also won rap best rap song for TV Off with Lefty Gunplay. Y'all, can y'all believe that Lefty Gunplay is a Grammy winner? It's funny, but he deserved it. He was on the song, and TV Off is one of my songs with Mustard, so it's all good. Melodic rap, they won for that as well for Luther with SZA. So yeah, 5 Grammys, and he did what he was supposed to do. Now he is in. He is the rapper with the most Grammys. He surpasses Jay-Z. Jay-Z has 25. Kendrick Lamar has 27. So he's in great company of Jay-Z. And who is below Jay-Z? I believe it's Kanye and then Eminem. So he's up there with the best, some of the best of the best. And he's showing his power, he's being who I know he's always been. Like, he don't get enough credit for all that he does. But hey, I'm just gonna stay on the positive, because I know a lot of people was saying he don't deserve the Record of the Year or the Rap Album of the Year. But nonetheless, he got it. He deserves it. He deserves it all, and he won it. And I'm so happy for him. So congratulations to Kendrick Lamar on this fantastic night. Oh, it was one for the books. And he looks extremely good. He looks extremely handsome. He is dressed down in Chanel. And look, he got his right hand wrapped up like he about to box somebody, right? He want to knock somebody's head off. That's that Gemini twin coming out. And, I'm just waiting for him to see what he has in stores for us in 2026. And I just hope, people just leave this man alone and just let him be great and let him be him. But hey, whenever Kendrick is out, there's always someone coming for him. So I'm not surprised at all. But I'm just extremely excited. I'm extremely happy because he killed it. When I mean he killed that, he killed that. That GNX album, I love it. I loved it, and I'm still listening to it till this day. And during his speech, he was shouting out people. He gave, oh, I forgot, Clips, Pusha T, and Malice, they won a Grammy as well. So congratulations to them. The songs Chains and Whips with Kendrick, featuring Kendrick Lamar, and they got a Grammy for that. So congratulations to the Clips. I really want to share this with y'all. This video with y'all. I want to share it from Hip Hop Showroom. Shout out to them, because they broke this down exactly how I wanted to be breaking down, and they did a great job on that. Let me play it.
27 wins, 27 golden gramophones sitting somewhere in Kendrick's possession, each one representing a moment when the music industry looked at what he created and said, this right here is excellence, this is art, this is what we celebrate. And now he stands alone at the top of the mountain, looking down at a landscape filled with incredible talent, legendary names, and iconic moments, knowing that he climbed higher than anyone else in his lane ever has. The weight of that achievement is massive, and it's not just about the numbers, even though the numbers tell their own incredible story. It's about what those numbers represent, the journey it took to get there, and the fact that a kid who grew up dodging bullets and navigating the dangerous streets of Compton could rise to become the most decorated rapper the Grammy Awards have ever seen. Think about who he just surpassed for a second. Jay-Z isn't just any rapper, he's royalty in every sense of the word. He's the blueprint, the mogul, the guy who turned his hustle into an empire that extends far beyond music, into business, fashion, sports, and culture itself. Hobb has been collecting Grammys since the late 90s, building a legacy that seemed untouchable, stacking win after win, collaboration after collaboration, creating a resume that made him the undisputed king of Grammy success in hip-hop. For years, that record stood as the benchmark, the standard that every other rapper was chasing whether they admitted it or not. And tonight, in front of the world, Kendricks stepped past it. But here's what makes this whole situation even more wild. This isn't just a story about one rapper beating another rapper's record. This is a story about two completely different approaches to the game, two different generations, two different philosophies about what hip-hop can be and should be. Jay-Z built his empire on street smarts mixed with business acumen, on being the hustler who outsmarted the system and then became the system. His music reflected the come-up, the grind, the transformation from corner boy to corner office. Kendrick, on the other hand, took a different route entirely. He became the conscious voice, the storyteller, the artist who wasn't afraid to get uncomfortable and make his listeners uncomfortable too. He rapped about depression, about survivor's guilt, about the complex relationship between faith and street life, about being black in America, about the internal battles that keep you up at night even after you've made it out of the hood. The crazy part is that both approaches worked. Both men became legends. Both men changed the culture. Both men earned their flowers and then some. But what Kendrick did tonight proves something that a lot of people didn't want to believe was possible. You can be deeply artistic, you can be introspective, you can refuse to compromise your vision for commercial success, and you can still win at the highest level. You can still be recognized, you can still make history. Because let's keep it real, there were plenty of moments in Kendrick's career when people wondered if he was too cerebral, too complex, too invested in making art instead of making hits. They wondered if the Grammy voters would really embrace someone who made albums like To Pimp a Butterfly that required multiple listens to fully digest, albums that were more like sonic novels than collections of radio-friendly singles. But Kendrick kept doing what Kendrick does. He kept pushing boundaries, he kept experimenting, he kept refusing to give the people what they expected, and instead gave them what they needed. And the wild thing is that it worked. Album after album, he came with something different, something unexpected, something that made you think and feel in equal measure. Good Kid, Mad City painted a cinematic picture of growing up in Compton that felt like a movie you could hear. To Pimp a Butterfly was a jazz-infused masterpiece that tackled racism, fame, and self-destruction with a fearlessness that felt almost reckless. Damned showed he could make conceptual art that still bumped in the club and on the streets. And through it all, the Grammys kept recognizing what he was doing, kept honoring the craft, kept adding to that trophy count. Now here we are in the present moment, watching history get rewritten in real time. 27 wins means Kendrick has been celebrated by the Recording Academy more than Kanye West, more than Eminem, more than Drake, more than Lil Wayne, more than any rapper who ever picked up a microphone and tried to turn their thoughts into 16 bars. That's not just impressive, that's legendary. That's the kind of achievement that will be mentioned in every conversation about hip-hop greatness for the rest of time. Future rappers will grow up knowing that the bar isn't just set high, it's set at a level that seems almost unreachable unless you're willing to dedicate yourself completely to the craft. And let's talk about what this means for the culture beyond just the individual achievement. Hip-hop has always had a complicated relationship with the Grammys. For years, rappers felt disrespected by the awards, like they weren't being taken seriously as artists, like they were being treated as a novelty act rather than legitimate musicians creating legitimate art. There were years when the rap categories weren't even televised during the main show. There were moments when legendary albums got snubbed in favor of safer, more palatable choices. There was always this tension between what hip-hop was in the streets and how it was perceived by the establishment. But what Kendrick's achievement represents is a shift in that dynamic. It represents hip-hop not just being accepted, but being celebrated at the highest level. It represents an artist who stayed true to the culture while still earning the respect of the institutions that used to keep the culture at arm's length.
The streets are watching this moment too, and they're proud. Because Kendrick never sold out to get here. He never watered down his message. He never compromised his integrity for a Grammy. He just kept being himself, kept making the music he felt in his soul, and the recognition followed. That's powerful. That's the kind of story that inspires the next generation of artists to stay authentic, to trust their vision, to believe that you don't have to change who you are to be appreciated for what you do. In a time when so much of the music industry feels manufactured and calculated, when artists are constantly being told to follow trends and chase algorithms, Kendrick's success story is a reminder that real artistry still matters and still gets rewarded. But even with all this success, all these awards, all this history making, Kendrick has always stayed humble. That's part of what makes him special. He's never been the type to brag excessively about his accomplishments or to use his achievements as weapons against other artists. He lets the work speak for itself. He shows up, he delivers, and he moves on to the next creative challenge. That kind of quiet confidence, that kind of focus on the craft rather than the accolades, is rare in any field, but especially in hip-hop, where ego and bravado were often considered essential ingredients for success. Kendrick proved you can be confident without being arrogant. You can be great without being loud about it. You can win without making it your entire personality. Tonight's achievement also raises interesting questions about what comes next. Where does Kendrick go from here? How do you top becoming the most awarded rapper in Grammy history? What's left to prove when you've already reached the pinnacle? These are the questions that will define the next chapter of his career. Some artists might coast after reaching this level, might play it safe and protect the legacy they've built. But if we know anything about Kendrick Lamar, it's that he's never been interested in playing it safe. He's always been the type to take risks, to challenge himself, to see how far he can push the art form. So whatever comes next, you can bet it's going to be something unexpected, something that makes us reconsider what we thought we knew about hip-hop and about music in general. The moment also deserves to be celebrated within the broader context of hip-hop history. This culture started in the Bronx in the 70s as a way for marginalized communities to express themselves, to tell their stories, to create something beautiful out of struggle and hardship. It was dismissed as a fad, as noise, as something that would never last or matter. And now, here we are decades later, watching a hip-hop artist set the all-time Grammy record for rappers, earning more recognition from one of music's most prestigious institutions than legends who paved the way before him. That progression tells you everything you need to know about the power and resilience of hip-hop culture, and about how far we've come from those early days when nobody thought this would amount to anything significant. So yeah, Kendrick Lamar is now the most awarded rapper in Grammy history with 27 wins, officially surpassing Jay-Z tonight in a moment that will be remembered forever. It's a victory for artistry over commercialism, for authenticity over image, for staying true to your vision even when the path forward isn't clear. It's proof that the kid from Compton, who had every reason to fail, instead found every reason to succeed and did it on his own terms, without compromising who he was or where he came from. This is history, this is culture, this is hip-hop at its absolute finest, and we all just witnessed something special that will be talked about for generations to come.
It's a fantastic night. Kendrick Lamar came out with the biggest win of the night, and he is the rapper with the most Grammys. So he made history. I couldn't be happier. He deserved it. And also, I wanted him to win Album of the Year, but that went to Bad Bunny. Congratulations to Bad Bunny. Also, Song of the Year went to Billie Eilish. Congratulations to them. So let me know if y'all had any disappointment of the night, or if y'all thought Kendrick Lamar was gonna win Rap Album of the Year, or if y'all had any predictions that didn't plan out, or came true to fruition. So let me know. Until next time.